everyone, Finn and Flask here. So today we're going to be talking about patching. Okay, there's two things to consider when it comes to patching. One is material and the other is thickness. And there are reasons why you need to be aware of both. When it comes to patching, generally speaking, you want to use natural materials like linen, cotton, maybe even leather. Some people use leather. It's kind of an old school way of doing things, and I don't see too many people do it these days, but leather is something that people used in the past. You can purchase pillow ticking at your average arts and crafts store. You can buy pre-cut pillow ticking in a circular form. One of my friends likes to use 100% cotton swabs, and then you can buy linen as well. If you're starting, generally speaking, at most stores, you can buy pre-cut, pre-lubed patches. Those patches are generally 0.015 thick. Okay, and that's a reasonable place to start, but once you get more into it, generally speaking, you're talking around 0.018. That's what most pillow ticking is, okay? So you have this, and that's about 0.018 thick. And the reason why the thicknesses matter is because it makes the ball tighter in there. Certain guns like things tighter and looser. So basically, you need to play with your patching to figure out exactly what your gun likes. This cotton patch and this linen patch are generally around 0.010 thick. So those are good to have if you're having oversized balls, if you're doing like a 495 or something like that, but you still may want to go with something thicker. You can use just about any material that's available as long as it's natural. You don't want any synthetic fibers in there because that plasticky stuff will just melt inside of your bore and start, fouling it up and making it a little tough to shoot. So you want to stay with natural materials. Some people even cut denim. That's generally thicker. That's usually around 0.02, 0.22, 0.24. Sometimes you might need that if you really need to seed it into the bore. Okay, another thing that you have to consider with patching is the shape of the rifling. The shape of the rifling has an effect because some rifling is just a little square. It's like that at the end, just square and nice and shallow. And some rifling is rounded on the inside. And the rounded stuff is generally needing thicker patches. Generally, if you have the shallower, more squared off rifling in the end of your barrel, that is probably better for thinner patching. And then you may want to start experimenting with thicker patching if you have the rounded barrel, the rounded rifling that's much deeper, because you want to get a good seal and engage that rifling to get it to go out. You can come about patching in two ways. You can buy it in bulk, say pillow ticking from an arts and crafts store, or you can buy the pre-cut patches, or you can pre-cut them yourself. You can just kind of get a hole cutter and cut a circle for you to have, or you can just cut it in place, taking a strip of pillow ticking like this, putting it in, you can push it down, then cut it with a knife. Just cut it quick, easy, and it's rounded. You can just cut squares and just pop a ball in and put it down too. It doesn't really matter all that much in my opinion, but that's for plinking. If you're doing extreme accuracy stuff, which is where different diameters of patching will come into play, you probably want it to fit perfectly. But just for messing around, you can just put a square one in there and it won't make any difference. You can just take your pre-cut patches and throw them in the bottom of your bag if you want, or you can take a roll of this. If it's pre-lubed, you can just tie it to the edge of your bag like this, and then you can just raise it up to your muzzle and install it there. I hope you appreciated this quick little introduction to patching. It's a pretty in-depth thing. You can go really far with it if you want, but that's just the general principles. Principles are thickness and material. Thickness is generally the most important thing because it just engages the rifling properly if you have it the right thickness. So think thickness before anything when it comes to patching, and you may have to play with your rifle to get the proper patch. Thank you very much for watching. I would really appreciate it if you liked, shared, and commented on my videos. everything's up for discussion, and anything you want to talk about, I would like it quite a bit. So thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day.